a show where we are going to have some mindful talks with the people belonging to different fields, different countries. We are going to explore their stories, their purpose in life. This is the first series of the show, the Trailblazers series. So here we have the first trailblazer for in front of us, my very first guest from Nigeria, West Africa, Miss Dolapo Adigun. Welcome, Dolapo. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Namaskar.
Namaskar, Dolapo. Friends, Dolapo is a writer, researcher, blogger, podcaster, and the founder of the Diary of an African Child organization. So, Dolapo, this is something which I know about you and I have told the viewers, but I want you to define yourself.
Okay, my name is Dolapo Adigun. I'm the founder of the Diary of an African Child organization. I'm a writer and a researcher.
I think there is some network issue with Dolapo. Dolapo, are you able to hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Okay, yeah, we are able to hear you. Please go ahead. I
Okay,
understand that there is some network issue in your area. It's okay. Please go ahead.
my name is Dolapo Adigun. I'm a writer and a researcher. I love to write about grassroots people. I'm also the founder of the Diary of an African Child organization based in Nigeria. Thank you.
Okay. So, Dolapo, this NGO, the Diary of an African Child, how did this idea come to you that you want to go ahead with an NGO?
Okay, since when I was a child, okay, let me just start from my background. I'm the first person in my paternal family that will not get pregnant at a young age. So when I was young, I get very angry when I see a little girl, a teenager, pregnant. I get very angry and I'll be like, okay, because back then, whenever a teenage is pregnant, that ends her education. It's like the whole world has ended for her. So she begins to live with her in-laws and
Okay.
she begins to suffer. That starts her suffering. So when I was young, I get very angry when I see things like this, and I want it to change. I feel like every girl has potentials, has talent, has the ability to do whatever they want. We are not only a sister or a baby making machine or only a wife material. We are more than that. That's what I believe in, and that's what really helped me to start the Diary of an African Child. Back then in school, a group called Purpose Driven Life. In Purpose Driven Life, we are taught different kinds of things that you have a purpose on earth, and God has placed you here on earth to fulfill that purpose. You're not only here just to, like a passerby, you are here to fulfill a destiny. So that stuck in my head. Then I begin to think about, and I begin to think about the NGO a lot. I just wanted to work in an NGO. I didn't even have an idea of having my own back then, but I could remember vividly that the first name of the NGO that came to my mind was Glamorous Girls Organization. I had it then written somewhere. But I didn't know, sometimes our purpose in life takes time to it takes time for us to get clarity about our
Mhm.
purpose in life. So
Yeah.
I wrote it down and I just kept going. I just kept going. Then after school, there's this thing they called NYC in Nigeria. If you don't do NYC in Nigeria, you can't work anywhere because you have to send out the certificate before working. So I hated the idea of working anywhere because I've seen a lot of salary earners that they have to, even if they go broke, they have to wait till the end of the month to buy whatever they want and they'll start managing. But I hated the idea of manage.
Yeah.
So after NYC, I had saved some money. I didn't even want to
Mhm.
work anywhere. I've saved some money to start my business. I started the business, but you start up business, you need a lot of courage to do it. People started owing and I could not cope. And I got tired. I think I did it for like 2 years. I got tired of it, and I said to myself, I'm leaving my hometown. So I had a friend in Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. I told her, please, can I come and stay with you? I want to leave my hometown. So that's how I
Mhm.
left. That's how I left my hometown. But
Right.
after the business did not work, I had the mind of starting my own NGO because I don't like anything like rape or gender-based violence. I wanted to provide a solution to it. I wanted to see a way how we can curb all these things in our society. So I just kept applying for NGO jobs, any NGO jobs I saw. I just kept on applying for it, but they didn't come through. So one day I was just searching on Facebook. I saw an organization was holding one movie premiere, and I decided to just let me just go and see what they are doing. So I went there. I met the founder of the organization, and I told her that, excuse me, ma, I would like to volunteer for your NGO. She now said, okay, okay. She gave me a number and sent. She said, okay, send your CV to me. I sent my CV to her, and I kept chatting her up. I kept following up, and one day she just sent me, okay, that was last year. Then COVID-19 started. Nothing, everything just stopped. Everything on the pause. So she now sent a link to me that you could even do this, spending the time you get a better offer. It was this African Union hustlers that they would train you to do a particular project. So I applied for it. I sent it. I I just said, okay, let's just see how this will work. So they had this conference on Zoom. This conference was supposed to hold in South Africa, but because of Corona, it could not hold. So they had the conference on Zoom. So I joined. Then afterwards, we created a WhatsApp group. That's so many African countries there. So I met this young lady from Kenya. She had
Okay.
an old NGO. She's just my contemporary. And I was like, whoa, see my mate. So, I just approached her. Hello, Valerie. I've always wanted to do my own NGO. Please, can you help me with it? She just told me that just start. And that night, it was as if, when God is just talking to you, it was as
Yeah.
if God was just talking to me at that point. I could not sleep. I was restless. I said, okay. She said, just start. Okay, after the glamour, sorry, I forgot to mention this. After the Glamorous Girls organization, I had changed it to Diary of a Girl Child. So when she spoke to me, I was like, okay, which name should I even change it to now? And I said, okay, the Diary of an African Child is most appropriate because the boy child also deal with gender-based violence and all, and they also need empowerment because they are often left behind. So that's how I just started, and that's how the Diary of an African Child began last year.
Wonderful, wonderful. So I was reading your blogs the other day. I would like to tell the viewers that Dolapo writes beautifully, and we'll be like posting the link to her blogs in the comment box where they can also go and explore the blogs. She mainly writes about the grassroots Nigerian people, the plight of the people who are like uneducated. They do not have like proper food or shelter to live in. So not only Dolapo is not just worried about the African people but also like humanity in general. So the other day I thought that she is only focused about the African people, but she corrected me that no, it's not only about the African people at the grassroots, but also the humanity, the people around the world. So in her blogs, I read about her story that she felt like a wanderer. She did not know what her life purpose was. So she was, as she was now also mentioning, she was getting she was having this different types of tempers. She was getting angry sometimes. She did not know. She did not have any vision. But then she had the faith, the belief, and that helped her to achieve her dream. The ultimate dream she had was to help the humanity, and this was what she got through this NGO of hers. And in her podcasts also, so Dolapo, in your podcast, you had mentioned about like these gender biases also, like the gender abuse, um, abuse, physical abuse, mental abuse, which is melted upon like both the genders, males as well as females. So just tell us something about that. That when you wrote that, what was in your mind?
Okay, we already know what is going on in the world. There's a lot of gender-based violence, and I think it often okay. People at the grassroots area, they don't really have. Okay, I sometimes went to one rural area recently, sometime last year, and I discovered that these people they don't even want to talk about anything gender-based violence because they feel it's a taboo. And you just have to when it happens you just have to shut your mouth up and not tell anybody about it because the
Yeah.
girl will be the person in question will be ashamed of it and they don't
Mhm.
want to bring embarrassment upon both parties, so they would rather not talk about it. And I feel it's really really wrong. Why won't you talk about such a big deal that a lot of women, it has jeopardized a lot of women and men are still in trauma because of that. So that was what was on my mind. I just feel like people in the grassroots, most especially, they don't have who to inform about these things. They don't have who to talk to. So I, at that point, I just feel like, okay, let me be a voice to these people to tell the world this is what is happening in this grassroots area. So what should we do about it? How can we educate these men and women that gender-based violence is actually really wrong and it's something we need to curb. It's something we need to always talk about. If we want to see the end of it, it's really something we need to talk about. So that was what was on my mind when I wrote that.
Yeah. So I also read about the problem faced by Nigerian girls, young girls, like you had written that people were putting efforts to get these young girls educated, to provide them quality education. But then due to this pandemic, that the whole effort, it just went in vain. And again, the girls were not able to go to the schools. So I know like this pandemic had actually created these kind of problems all around the world, but in particular with Nigeria, what do you want to say that it was mentioned over there that these girls they belong to just totally uneducated families. They were maybe the first generation learners over there. They were about to become, but then this pandemic again stopped the whole procedure for the Nigerian girls to get education. Share with us the kind of problem it created over there.
Okay, it has created a lot of problems so far. Like, during coronavirus, everybody had to stay at home, businesses were on hold, and a lot of things. And probably some family have been saving towards their daughter's education. They will use the money to feed during the lockdown. And right now, it's like they're back to square one. They have to start saving again to send their daughter to school. And I feel like a whole lot of us just ignore, we shouldn't ignore other people's problems. Like, it is our problem too. Somebody that can cater for themselves is also my problem. We have to come together and provide solutions to it. We have to support these people. If you are doing any good thing, that good thing will surely come back to you, just like karma. Whatever you do will come back to you. I just want people to rise up more and we should start supporting these people in the best way possible because to be honest, anything NGO, people think you are coming out to do a fraud. So the support will be very low. And those people you want to give support, how would the support reach them if people don't support us in that light?
Right. So we can relate with so many things, like whatever is happening in Nigeria. We have also seen all these things in our country at some places, though we are developing now. And like the one poem of yours, I read about the young child bride. So these are certain problems which we also face in India, though our laws are now becoming strict and it is like child marriage is prohibited. But it means it is happening in Nigeria also. So tell me something about that poem of yours about the child bride. It means you are like going through these problems in your country, and then you are the one who's minutely observing everything. I want you to just explain that too. Friends, I think we have got disconnected with my friend Adigan. So let me just reconnect.
The network.
And network is the issue. I do understand that, but I really wish you to like put your story in front of the world. I know these technical glitches can happen anytime, but you are a person with fantastic vision and mission. So the
Hello.
problem of the child marriages. Are you able to hear me, Dolapo?
Yes, I can hear you clearly, loud and clear. So the
Okay.
child marriage poem that I wrote, I'd read a poem about a child bride in Nepal, like okay, not so many years ago, before I wrote that poem. So there was an assignment on um what's it called? Yes. So I had to just pour that down because in the northern part of Nigeria, this child marriage is still existing. Like you see a man of like 70-year-old marrying a 13-year-old girl just because the family of the girl wants to fend for themselves and they don't have any other option than to sell the girl technically. I believe they are selling the girl to the man so that they can fend for themselves. And this is really not nice because what about the future of that girl? What about her pains? A lot of girls
Yes.
are still in trauma because of child marriage, because of this issue of
So
child
true.
marriage.
Like these child marriages, actually, they like temper or they destroy the whole like life of these two children involved in that. Not only the bride, even the groom. Very rightly said by you, Dolapo. Dolapo, thank you so much for joining me for this show. I can really understand the problem, the kind of internet network facility available over there, but still you agreed to come and discuss things with me. I'm very thankful to you. We'll be posting the link to your blogs in the comment box so that people can actually explore. Today, due to this network issue, they could not like see you properly, but at least like your message to the world. So, viewers, I just want to request you to go through the blog of Dolapo Adigun. She's a person with like extremely fantastic vision. She wants to do a lot for the Nigerian girls, women in particular, and she's doing that also. She's very young and she's involved in different in different fields, just to bring the people at the grassroots to some level where they can lead a good life. Thank you so much, Dolapo. And I hope that we'll have one more show with you some other time so that we can actually understand your vision in a proper way. Thank you so
Thank
much for joining me, Dolapo.
thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Thank you so much.